righty. Good afternoon, MLS listing subscribers out there. Mark Messimer, Director of Professional Development for MLS Listings. Welcome back to MLS Listings Live. We are, the last show we did with Robert Bustamante, we got a lot of letters, got a lot of emails of, hey, I couldn't get in. The problem was everyone wanted to come and watch that show, and we actually sort of maxed out the Zoom capabilities there. 500, live in the audience, and then another 1,000 over on the YouTube site. And we'll talk about our YouTube site as we go along here, because that's where you're going to keep getting a lot of information, not only on the training side, but also on just general interesting, industry news as well. With that in mind, I want to bring up our guest, but I'm not actually going to call him. I'm going to say co-host. And so Dave Scalora, if you'd go ahead and come on the screen here for me. As many of you know, Dave's been out there training with us in the field for a long time. Dave is also, as I like to say, he's a 6'2" power forward, Bellarmine Prep, Santa Clara University. You hail from the gritty streets of Saratoga, right?
Eastside Saratoga, very tough neighborhood.
Exactly. Yeah, one of the tougher neighborhoods of Saratoga, as we like to say. And I think maybe that's what connects you and I, and why you and I get along so well, train well together, is we both did our time in Saratoga, because that's where I'm from as well. Redwood Junior High School, and all that kind of stuff. I went to Mitty, you went to Bellarmine. That's all right. We'll leave that in the past.
Hey, my niece went to Mitty, so.
Yeah. Mitty Monarchs, go for it.
That's right.
So Dave, I was talking about, we sold out the last show with Robert Bustamante, and with the Clear Cooperation, little smaller show this time going on. I'm looking at
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm thrilled to be here, but it took you 3 episodes to get me on.
I know. We had some things, and there were some production problems, and
it's hard to top Bustamante with his Clear Cooperation. Got like 1,000
people. Top that. He blew it off the charts. His videos are a hit. He's probably being asked for in Hollywood right now. Today, Dave, is all about training, though.
Right.
We finally get to, dive into some of the training tricks and tips, and we haven't been able to be out in the field for the last, 8-9 weeks now. But the training has still gone on. The videos are still being made. It's
right. We're doing a lot of video work, and obviously today, especially, we're going to focus on, with everyone in shelter in place, the virtual side of this world, right? Like we're doing right now.
Here we are in the virtual.
Right.
So take us there, because you're the guy that put together all the training videos on how to do virtual marketing with MLS listings. So Dave, why don't you take it from here and let us know what we can do.
All right. And let me just share my screen here.
Got to pop over to Pro, probably the Pro page, and get yourself into listing management, because I think Dave wants to take a look at the virtual tour versus the open house. So let me step in there. The virtual tour versus open house, and I just got a little note from my director. She wants me to remind you that if you've got questions on anything to do with training, Clear Cooperation, anything like that, there's a Q&A button at the bottom of your page. So click on that, type us a little, question, a comment. Miranda Perry, who's our director, is in the background getting those all built up, and we're going to have a couple of different segments, I think, down. I know we're going to have at least one big segment on Q&A, so let us have that. So Dave, virtual tour versus open house, just a quick definition.
Right. So your virtual open house, right, is it's a live presentation, right? And you'll see a lot of agents use a Zoom, just like we're doing, and maybe it's either them or whoever's hosting it. Could be the owner, I suppose, but they're actually giving a live walkthrough to the house, right?
Right, and let's say I'm that listing agent, and I'm walking through. I'm actually interacting with a potential buyer, right? I'm having a live conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah, just like we're interacting, right? They're actually, you've got buyers, whoever's attending that, you're speaking live directly with them, entertaining questions about the house. as opposed to a virtual tour, right, which is just really the recorded version almost. A lot of times they'll do a virtual open house and then they'll record it, right. and then once it's done, they'll post it as a virtual tour.
So with a virtual tour, I could watch that at 10:30 at night.
Yeah, virtual tour, on the listings, and obviously it's just you can watch it anytime you want, and not gonna be interactive, obviously.
Right.
The agent's not gonna pop up. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, right in the middle of your tour.
That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, let's we did some things with virtual open house, right? So let's start there.
Right. So let's pop in here. So I'm going to pop right into our matrix, actually our LM here, our managed listings.
Okay.
And so first thing, I'm just going to look at my active listings, right? And we'll pick my active here, my property here in Saratoga.
Right.
And you see on the right, we have select an action and virtual open house link right there, which our engineers did a great job adding this in a quick time fashion. And so I'm just going to click right on this virtual open house. Right. And when we do, it brings us in here, and this is how we schedule a new virtual open house. Okay. You're going to see the date on the left, right? So obviously, I'll select it for how about Saturday, the start time, end time, whatever time that is, who's hosting it, right here. Put your link in here, obviously, really important, so I'll just use zoom.com, but you stick your link, and then your remarks, whatever you want to say that obviously they can read. And because this does go on the listing just like an open house information would.
Okay. And that's going to wind up like over on our MLSlistings.com. It's going to wind up at Zillow and Trulia, all the downstream sites, right? That's where it's at.
Right. That's the most benefit to our agents, right? Is, hey, we want people to attend your virtual open house, right?
Okay.
Because they can't go outside, really, at least not yet. But so once you've done that, you're satisfied with the remarks you've got here, and then just hit submit right here.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit submit, and then we should see here, I'm going to go back to my dashboard just to show you here. Once you've submitted it, down below at the bottom here, here's your virtual open houses right there. And so if you click on that, it's going to go ahead. And so you can see 2 scheduled, one for tomorrow, one for looks like Saturday. And if you want to make any changes, just select an action. You can edit the remarks. You can manage the time, the whole thing, right?
Okay.
And just make sure you make that change before, obviously the virtual open house starts and you're all set.
Wonderful. And you're right. Our engineers really, sort of attacked that problem as we got into, we were at work on a Monday, and then we weren't at work at the office on a Tuesday. But our engineers, because they work for us, they don't work for a third party, they were able to get this solution in place pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was impressive. I had a broker actually reach out to me, and and I hadn't even thought about virtual open house, and that's a great idea. By the time my email got to the engineers, I had heard back they were already almost completing it.
They were already making it happen. That's nice. I like that.
That is.
So now we've got the virtual open house in listing management, right? So, and it's now starting to move downstream. But what happens if I'm over on the matrix side of the world? How do I find those listings with virtual open house?
Right. So let's pop back in. So let's go to the matrix search here, the matrix side of the world. And we have actually, so we'll show you 2 different ways here.
Okay.
Right. The first one here, I'm going to use the search, and you're going to have to use the more button here for most of you if you don't see it here. Because what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Right. And down below here, there's our open house search right here.
Okay.
Right? Which in a normal world agents would use, right?
Absolutely.
And you'd use it. But the thing is, we've added the feature, which is open house type right here. Now you can choose, right? And in this case, obviously, while we're sheltering in place, it's the virtual mode that's going to be the benefit for your client.
Okay.
So I'm going to select that virtual pretty much. So you put in your, obviously, residential, you throw in your single family, whatever you're looking for, your criteria. But that virtual right here, that's going to go ahead and get you these zooms. And I'll show you here. Let's go and just pull one up. Just go San Jose. I'm sure we have plenty here. And so just looking at some results, I'll go to the results here.
Got 35
just to show you. And so you can see here, we have the host, that information, right? There's the link over to the right. Okay. But I want to show you what it looks like on the listing. So if you actually click open the listing here, just another quick one, it'll be right here. open house, there it is right in the middle. You got all your info right there. Wonderful. Just like a normal open house, but you can see that virtual link, right?
Right. Now it's going to be really important for the listing agent, when you put your link in your open house, make sure you put the link to the live event. You don't want to put the link to the virtual event or to the tour. You want the live event link in there. So so it shows up in the right spot.
Yeah. Think virtual open house, think live. Right.
Got it. Okay.
Now, the second one we're going to do is I'm just going to go into a search here. And we're going to go into additional fields, which hopefully everyone is aware of. We got videos, and of course, but you can see we have these additional fields right underneath the results. And what you want to do is add this open house type, which I've added here. Right? Okay. It's a real quick process. You just go in, add, search it, just type in, if you want, just type in open, right? There it is right there, open house type.
Perfect.
Hit that add button and hit the back button. You're all set.
Okay.
And this way you can filter. Right? I can go in here and basically what I'm telling the search is I put in all my criteria and then I tell it, well, filter that and just give me the listings that have a virtual open house schedule.
Got it. Right. And all the fields above, you could say virtual 3-bedroom, 2-bath between 1.1 and 1.4 million in Cupertino. Right.
All that criteria, right? Exactly. And you're going to get all the inventory we got, matching your criteria, and then with that open house type, which is key because we actually need to get those to your clients. So
right.
There you go. Virtual right there. So nice and easy, 2 methods to do it, right?
And once you get that list, you got email capability, you've got print capability, you've got all the ways to move it downstream to your client.
Right. All the ways clients are used to doing it, that doesn't change, right? Okay. However you want to get it to your client, email, all that, auto email, not a problem.
So we now have the virtual open house. It's got a listing management solution that moves it downstream towards what we call syndication, the MLSlistings.com, Realtor.com, Zillow world. It also works with the cooperating broker agent community because it moves it in the matrix tool. So that it's your listing with your virtual open house, but I can send it to my client so they can come see the Allendale property.
Exactly.
That's nice.
That's very nice. Yeah. And I should mention, there is a third way. This way kind of just solved the problem, but and I should mention, so public remarks, right? Agents were allowing agents, Robert is gracious to allow agents to right now, while we SIP, shelter in place, you can put these links, and we actually encourage agents to put the links to your virtual house in the public remarks as well. Right. And so you could search always public remarks, use a little asterisk, type in the word maybe Zoom, right? Close it with an asterisk, use a comma, do another asterisk. How about www, right?
Yeah, that's going to get you a website.
Right, that's going to get you all those links, right? But this virtual one, so I would, if I was an agent, be aware of, hey, yeah, you could use public remarks, but also we got that filter, right?
Right.
Don't miss out on any listings. There's no reason to miss out on listings.
There are always a lot of different ways to do stuff. We're trying to figure out how the listing agent put it in. And I think for the listing agents, the key thing is if you have a question on something like this, give us a call. Our support center, our compliance department, everyone, I keep saying we're a 55-person company spread out over 6 counties because everyone's still working off the same phone numbers, the same email addresses, the same chat room that's available. You got the question, call us up, let us help you out.
Right. Business as usual.
Yep.
So,
let's move over to virtual tour. And while you're opening up listing management, I'll give a little background. A while back, and we're talking mid last year, summertime, we had an agent who, a seasoned agent, somebody who really has been out there a long time. And that agent started to see that there were multiple ways of doing a virtual tour, but we only had one data field for it. So he gave the feedback, he stayed on it. I greatly appreciate him for doing that because we came into shelter in place. We came into the current condition with 4 different places to put a virtual tour because you may have 4 different virtual tour types. And then you had 4 branded and 4 unbranded.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm in listing management, just like you would input a listing.
Right.
Under the marketing and photo section here.
Okay.
So click on that, and what we'll see is exactly what you were saying. There's branded virtual tour, unbranded virtual tour.
Got it.
And now it is important to understand the difference on branded and unbranded. It's real simple. It's just branded has your photo, has your brokerage logo, has your email, your phone number. It's a branded tour.
Okay.
Unbranded is just that tour, right? No contact info, no photo, no brokerage logo, because our system's going to separate those links out. And so,
exactly.
When an agent sends a listing to his client, it's going to be the unbranded virtual tour it sent, that link.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. You don't want my, this face, my logo, my phone number on your website, right? You just want the house.
Right. So IDX is going to do unbranded broker opt-in sites. They're going to use it. So the system's smart, and it knows it's just going to take whatever links, branded, unbranded, and send it. But you can see we've got 3D tour, right? We've got the drone tours. Wow. So we've really given you just about any tour you can think of here.
Plus one.
Plus one. Yeah.
Additional. One at the bottom just in case. That's great.
Yeah. And so, but I've seen some cool 3D tours out there. I mean, things are, getting more and more popular because agents are getting more comfortable, I think, with this whole side of this virtual world and how to interact with their clients and get them listings, right?
And I got sent a training video last night from Kansas, out of all places. It was the Kansas MLS, and they clearly stated, and I think it's very true, we all, in the last 9 weeks, we've all learned the word virtual and all the different ways you can show a property in that virtual world we live in. But that world's not going to go away when we come out of this.
Right. It's not going to be June 1st and all of a sudden we totally forget about what we've been doing, right?
It's going to stick around. It's absolutely. And I know that the training department, where you and I reside, we're already looking at a virtual class, meaning we're going to teach you all the stuff that David just went through. But we're going to add one more thing onto it, which is, Dave, from the matrix side of the world, there's a new way of looking for virtual, right? For that virtual tour information.
Right. And again, kudos again to our engineering team. We're adding this here for us. I'm getting paid, by the way, lunches for.
Yeah, there's a lunch in that. It sounded like Tow's in Sunnyvale, downtown.
That's right. But I'm going to go ahead and just awesome, active, single family. So put your criteria in here, just like normal, right? And how about we'll go in, we'll say Sunnyvale here.
Okay.
Okay. Oops. You got to spell it right. And let's see here. And you know what? Rookie move. See, let me take this off here.
There we go.
And so a lot of times, best just to clear it out if you've been playing with your additional fields. But yeah, active, single family is tell us where. Once you've inputted your criteria here, that's when we're going to see on the results page here.
Got it. 44 new listing, 44 single families. Okay.
44 single families in Sunnyvale, right? And what we've got here is, this is just your agent one-line view. All our agents are familiar with. It's our default view. But right up here, if you select the display, we built this in for you. Agent one-line with virtual tours, right? Click on that, and what you can see is what we built in here is now there's all these virtual tour options and what listings have it. So you pull up a search, but now you want to know, well, what one of these listings actually has virtual tours I can send my client.
Right. Exactly.
So you could filter it by clicking, the virtual tour link.
Okay.
Click it one more time. It's always least to greatest, greatest to least. So one more time, should put it up here.
Sorry about that. At the top.
There we go. And now I'm going to have all my listings, right, that have a virtual tour. Bling, 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 all the way down. Right.
Now, this is just a copy paste, right? I copy paste that link over into whatever browser I like to use.
Oh, you can copy, yeah, you can do it, or of course, yeah, a lot of different ways, but sure, copy paste right in if you want to take a look at it. And then you see the ones without now are down below, right? So they may choose just to send. If they want to do, you can always get rid of the ones that don't, and just send them the ones that do of the virtual tours.
Okay.
And you can even, I'd recommend also is you can add on to this, right? So, I'll go up here to the top and just left mouse click, and we can insert columns. And one of the things you might want to know is, are these properties vacant or not, right? So I'll just put OCC, see here, occupied, there it is, occupied.
There we go. Occupied.
There we go, right
nice.
There. And hit apply. And now I've got, right, occupied by. I can filter it that way as well.
Okay.
Right, for vacant properties. So, and if you do that, you know, all you have to do is right here up in the top right is a little manage display right there.
I see that, right. Okay.
Click on that and then give it a name. Maybe you just say agent, leave it, I'll say maybe number 2 or something, or custom 2, right? Whatever you want to call it, and hit save as a copy, right?
Okay.
That way, when you do a search, you come in here, you'll get the agent one-line view like always, right? But then you say, hey, I want to see it in my, you know, I love what engineering did, but I want to see it with the one I took and made him better off of theirs. So here it is. And even with the word my up top here, the ones I created, there's the one right there. And you can see when I click on it, now I'm looking at the one I created. I can export that with those columns. And it's there for me to use. I don't have to do this every time and add columns.
That's nice. That's nice.
Very nice.
So 2 little tips, you training tips, you went right over them, but I'm going to let everyone know. And it's these little things that they never tell you, you know, in the book. When you went to add a new column, you did a left click on your mouse or on your mouse pad.
Right. Left click up top here.
Right. Because there are no right clicks in Matrix.
Exactly.
There's no right clicks in the Matrix tool. Everything's a left click. And then the bigger one back on that search page, on the criteria page, that clear button in the lower left corner. Because every once in a while you'll be doing a search and you think you got everything right, but you get no results. Because maybe just like you had, Dave, and you're the professional, you had something clicked way down the page.
Right. Yeah. You used one of those additional fields and you forgot about you're using it. You know, I like to say I did that on purpose, Mark.
Yeah, I know. That was good. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Yeah, so you always, hit that clear button, not getting the kind of results. Do it over again.
Blow it out, start all over again. You bet. Right. Hey, Miranda sent us a couple questions here before we move on, because we got a lot. We still got a lot of things to talk about.
Sure.
Yasmin asks, can we now put virtual open house links in public remarks? The answer to that is yes. We encourage it. It's a rules relaxation, right, Dave?
You're right. Eventually, it's going to be rolled back, right? We're a cooperative platform. We hope that you put the unbranded link in but yes, you can put the links in the virtual open house, virtual tour links. Put them right in that. Put them right there in the public remarks.
Perfect. And what's nice is that, you know, if you never knew this, folks, Dave comes from the compliance department. We sort of shanghaied him. He wasn't looking one day. We grabbed him, pulled him over into training, 5 or 6 years ago, and he never went back. That's how good it is over here on this side. Love my compliance department.
Yeah, I love Robert in compliance. I love you more, Mark.
Another lunch. That's 2 lunches I owe you. Matt's asking if we post/schedule a virtual open house, will it syndicate to Zillow and Redfin, et cetera? And the answer to that is yes. Correct. Absolutely. And not only will the day, the time, the link, all that kind of stuff, that will go over as well. The one thing that they're having trouble with, and when I say they, I mean the third-party sites, on the virtual tour side, we were ahead of them with those 4 different ways to link, right? The 3D, the Matterport, the regular. Right. So they're still playing catch up. Zillow and Realtor.com are playing catch up with MLS listings. You know, we're 55 people. We're small, we're nimble, as they say. So we can get things done quickly. And boy, did like I said before, our engineering and development team stepped in really quick and got that service, that functionality out to clients. One last question. John P. is asking, what's the preferred hardware for doing live virtual open house? Live virtual open house, smartphone, tablet, iPad. You know, Dave, I'm not the expert on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. You know, I'd say whatever your technology you're comfortable with using, right, is the most key to make sure it goes out without a hitch. Well, obviously, agents are going to use, the tablets, you know, everything that it all can be used. So I'd say if you're comfortable using a tablet, you use a tablet. You might want to do a run through, like a little, a fake one.
Absolutely.
Do a run through, make sure, everything smells and looks the way you thought it would. And so you don't have any problems when you're actually doing the live event.
Right. And that you've got a strong Wi-Fi signal in that house, that you can work off of, or whatever your cellular service is out at that location. I think that's key. I mean, for this show, we do multiple meetings to put one show on. And absolutely, I think a dry run before you actually connect with those potential buyers, that's probably the best tip.
Surprises sometimes aren't always the best.
Another tip I can give on that one, check with your association. All the associations have been doing classes, bringing in the hardware and software, or hardware and application specialists on this. So check with your association, see what's on their calendar, because I know most of them have been given those classes.
Awesome.
So Dave, before we roll on, I do want to make a quick sort of announcement. Days on market, we paused days on market on March 16th. We paused the days on market calculation. Now, we saved all the dates, right? Those didn't go away. We saved them. But I'm just going to read the announcement. In light of the revision of local and state shelter-in-place orders, which relaxed certain restrictions on showing of properties, the MLS Listings Board of Directors decided to reinstate the calculation of days on market effective May 16th. So that's coming up actually this weekend, May 16th. What it really means is there was effectively a 60-day pause in the calculation of days on market. So if you've got any questions on that, what's my listing going to look like when it comes back? What number's going to be in the DOM slot? That's another, give us a compliance at MLSlistings.com. Great place to send that question in, and we can take a look at your listing and get back to you and let you know on the 16th, your list, this is the amount of days. So if you came to market during, anytime after the 16th of May, or excuse me, after the 17th of March, you're going to have 1 day on market because everything was paused in that time period. If you had a few days on market because you came on before March 17th, then it's going to be whatever days on market you had before the pause plus 1 day when we move over on May 16th. There's an announcement on the Pro homepage for everybody. Check out as you log in, pro.mlslistings.com. You'll see there in the announcements area an article and all the details on the days on market reinstatement. So
fantastic.
Dave.
Yeah, and hey, just one extra real quick, just want to throw a shout out at the training calendar here. Right? Yeah. So it's training calendar, and real quick, we beefed it up, right? So not only are we teaching, like I taught on Matrix 301 this morning webinar at 10 a.m. We're teaching all those like we always do, but we are now, you can see, if you want RPR or you want Home Snap, we're actually taking advantage of all the resources, and it's actually, their trainers are training. So we have Home Snap, RPR trainers. If you're sitting at home and you never had time to take a class, now is the time to take these.
Absolutely. And Peter Gannon, who's what we call the hub of the professional development group, he's constantly working with all of our vendors, getting their training events inside of our calendar. Just, one-stop shopping is basically what it comes down to.
Exactly.
Just come into the calendar.
Yeah.
Dave, we did a lot of work yesterday with AccuList. We did those monthly numbers with AccuList yesterday. And I know you spent, or the day before, you spent, I think, all night getting them all put together. They're already
usually
up and running. Those are, talk about an interesting set of market conditions going on out there. I'd like to find, if we had Michelle Ronco, she could tell us what's going on. Michelle and I have been working together for a while now. I enjoy having her
Michelle,
with me.
Yeah, Michelle's great. I think her ego, she's got too much success. She's probably at the beach or somewhere while we do this.
Hollywood came a-calling. I haven't seen her in weeks, okay?
Paparazzi, she's got to duck the paparazzi constantly.
I know, but watch out, because she's a Santa Clara Bronco.
I know, she is.
Call the alumni. Have you looked up? Uh-oh, there she is.
Hey guys, I hear you talking about me.
Oh, Michelle, I should have known you were going to steal my my thunder.
Talking about oh my goodness, I don't think I could be a diva if I did all the data and did all the analysis. So I don't appreciate that, fellas. Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It was fun. I mean, it's a crazy time, Mark. So I'm glad we got those videos recorded, get them out there for the subscribers.
Now, you were worried that they were too long.
I am worried that they are too long.
We like to say, let's get it done, 7 minutes or so. These went a little longer. I know you're concerned with that, but talk about a lot of good information.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'm presently concerned about that. It didn't go away. But yeah, I mean, it was hard to wrap it up. I mean, we had so much, Mark. We had, we covered sale volume, and we covered prices, and we covered premiums, and we had a lot of information from our partner economist, Elliot Eisenberg, as well. So we were trying to give people as much context as we could because, since March 17th, we've had kind of a new market. So the standard year over year, month over month, didn't really hold. So we had to do it a little different this time.
Nice. Yeah, and we've got those right here. We put these up on our YouTube page. We house these right here. You can see just went up, last night, yesterday. Already got 500 views almost on Santa Clara alone. So seemed popular. And so make sure everybody come to our YouTube page. You don't have to subscribe, right? But we recommend you do because we do a lot of video work. And as soon as Michelle's done with all of her, stats and doing this, we throw them right up to YouTube. So, if you're a subscriber, it's going to notify you. So it's a good idea to go on in there. And, they're a good 15 minutes. I know we like to have them a little less, but it's shelter in place. We've all got a few extra minutes right now, right? So, right here, yeah. So Michelle, great. Anything else, Michelle? These are up here. You got your dailies going on, right?
Yeah. If I could take a second. I mean, the thing about it was, Dave, I thought that maybe the videos would be a little shorter because we thought, there would be kind of doom and gloom and nothing good to see. But there was a lot of good to see. We looked at median prices being up in certain cities year over year and month over month. We had counties where even from March, April was, a higher price. We saw new listings come up in some places and some premiums, percent of list price received. So what people were paying over asking in the different counties. And so there was just so much that we added all in. We didn't on the videos talk about the daily. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Acculist is coming up every morning and looking at canceled, withdrawn, new, change to pending, change to contingent. And so we're looking at different things. We're looking at trend lines, and it's easy to access. It's free for everybody. It's just a daily resource that we're providing for you guys on the Acculist.com website. So you can view the slides every morning. We put them up around about 11 o'clock in the morning. You can download them, or you can even sign up to get an email from me, and when they're new, and with a download button there. So we're trying to get these out to people. We know it's critical. We now have 7 weeks of data, and we're looking at compared to last year, what should we be expecting? And so it's all good in terms of the dailies, which Dave, are different than the Acculist market reports, which are also a free benefit and available. And I think now, Dave, a little more relevant because March was a little iffy, right? It had the first half that was super strong. It was the second half that was kind of non-existent. So while we've been kind of coming back and getting a little bit more into real estate now that we can show properties, and you're talking about all these wonderful virtual resources, so is Acculist. So if we looked at a city there, Sunnyvale, as you're doing now, you can see there's tons of reports. Some are 30-day, looking at March. They're going to look behind. We have 90-day rolling. So, up to you guys. But don't forget that as a free benefit as well. So.
Oh, yeah. And they get 3 for free every month.
Every month.
And I know, some of these are nice. Some of them are more door knockers, just conversation starters. Where's the one with the dog? I like the one with the dog. You guys didn't yank the one with the dog, did you?
We took away, but stop. Don't. Yeah. So bad news for the dog lovers. We didn't kill the dog. I'm sorry. That's bad phrasing. We removed the dog. And the reason we did was because we have this new kind of tough, challenging times report is what we call it. So it says, thinking of buying or selling a home, I can help you navigate. The text says, we've been here before, and it's COVID-19 related. So we were trying to get something out there for the subscribers that was, somewhat positive. And by the way, some of those cities are going to have positive month over month. So it could be a really great report.
There it is. Michelle Ronco hates dogs, but let's go on. No, I'm just kidding. I understand. Nice. Yeah. So you got the dailies, you got the Oculus reports. They can get the PDFs, use it for whatever they want, right? And obviously, those market minutes are always popular. We do every month. And
I hope everybody likes them. Yeah, sorry about the length of those guys, but we are already getting people asking questions. We have people making suggestions. So we incorporated some suggestions this time in terms of the data that we were pulling. So, we appreciate the feedback and hope that people will use it. And if there's something else we can do to be helpful, yeah, Oculus is here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michelle. Appreciate it. Everybody does. So, Michelle Ronco, everyone. And now I believe, you know what, I've actually got, I think I'm going to check my earpiece here. Yep. So I've got Jeff McBride coming up here to talk about this is exciting stuff because it's a new customer service portal. And so I think he's going to give us a little glimpse, kind of what's going on. They're working on that. And just to let you know, I mean, I had an agent who was a pretty savvy, agent, and he reached out to me and said, how do you do an auto email in MetroList? He had something that he needed some for Elk Grove. And I got to tell you, I've been doing this a long time, but I'm not very good with MetroList systems. So I asked Jeff, what do you got? And 2 seconds later, using the knowledge base articles from that site that they're building, I believe right now, I had a whole screenshots. There's Jeff McBride, our customer experience manager. Jeff, how you doing?
Dave. Great, Dave. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. And so, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen here.
Okay.
And so, Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about, this whole new exciting customer portal?
Yeah. So we're calling this the Professional Support Community. And what this is really a replacement for our current portal, which I'm going to go ahead and bring up. I'm going to share my screen and bring this up. So as you all know, I mean, a lot of you have probably spent time here looking for answers. About 4 years ago, I was looking for, I was new to the company. I was trying to learn how to use the system, and I was really looking for knowledge to kind of figure out what I was doing and how I could help our customers. So I stumbled across all these great knowledge base articles, but the problem was they were inside our CRM, and our CRM wasn't connected. And when I say CRM, I mean Salesforce. So our Salesforce wasn't connected to our support site. So some of the articles started to become very stale. They weren't being updated with new, fresh information. So I thought, hey, we need to fix this really. And if you guys don't know what a knowledge base article is, it's basically an article that provides an answer to a question, whether it's how do I reset DOM or how do I do a matrix auto email. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up our new professional support community. So here's the new site. Ooh. And really, yeah, it looks a lot different than the old portal, and it kind of catches people by surprise. So what we did was we centered this site around knowledge-centered service methodology. So what that does is it puts the focus as knowledge as the key asset to the whole support team. So some of the things that we're going to be doing is creating content by solving problems, and the more problems we solve, the more the site's going to evolve. And one of the greatest parts is it's a collective experience. Without these questions from our support team, we won't have answers for them. So this new site is going to have all the answers to all the questions. And the greatest part about it is we can answer questions 24 hours a day. I'm going to go ahead and click on some of these boxes down here, but we're also providing on-demand training, and all those training sessions, Dave, that you guys have been providing us, they're all here.
There you go.
And you can switch. You can click on these at any time and get a quick tutorial on how to for example, how to create a quick CMA. We have listing management, how to add coming soon or comp only listing. So they're really, it's going to be really helpful to our subscribers.
Right. Just about anything you can think of is pretty much in this knowledge base, isn't it?
Yeah, and including your old group compliance here. So as you know, when we were looking at the compliance rules, they were in these large PDF documents, and it was very difficult to get through those PDF documents. What we've done here is we've broken them up into small bite-sized pieces, so you can go in and you can find your topic and really look at it and see if and answer your question. And if you don't, you can always click on this MLS listing rules and regulations, and it'll give you the full size document.
Very nice.
Yeah. So another thing we added are all the latest news and announcements, and we have that right here. So it's all in one place, and it's all separated. Now, this is still a beta site. It's going to be able to help our users and answer all their questions. One other thing I wanted to kind of point out is this support community was built by the questions that our user base has been asking. So if you are searching for something, the best place to search right here is the self-service search bar. You can find just about anything that you're looking for. It's really great. Now, what does this mean for future customer interactions? We're still going to be manning phones. We're still going to be providing answering emails and answering chats. It's just a great addition to the support and compliance teams.
So I can still call Andy or May or Eric.
Absolutely.
Right? But if I want, I can. It's midnight. I can pop on here.
You can pop on here. You can find out how to do your auto email in Rapatoni, for example, right?
Right.
So the other great thing, just a quick shout out to the support team. They're doing a great job out there. They've reviewed over 400 knowledge base articles. So this is going to house that amount of information in here. So if it's not in here, we're going to provide a little question bar, and you can give us your feedback, and we'll create an article based on your feedback.
We keep adding content.
Yes. And the only way this grows is by our customers asking us questions.
Right. We learn from what they need, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Jeff, when is this live now, or when is this going to be live?
This is a beta site, and we plan to be live in about 2 to 4 weeks.
Awesome. 2 to 4 weeks. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is
I can't
nice.
wait. I'm
looking forward to it too.
We put a lot of hard work into this, and we're ready to share it with our customers.
Nice. Yeah. Because I've as a trainer, I've done that where I've gone through, I'm doing screenshot after screenshot, and now it's kind of all right. I can just go click it, a link. Where were you, Jeff, last month or no? No,
well, I was working on this, trying to get it up and running. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, anything to add? Are we good?
No, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. But now 2 to 4 weeks, and you should be able to see this up and running.
Beautiful. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
Oh, anytime. And I see Mark's back.
Hey, I'm back. Hey, I just, big shout out to Michelle and to Jeff for joining us today. They're going to be around for the Q&A session in just a little bit. So if you've got questions on AccuList, if you've got questions on anything to do with the call center and the activity there, hey, if you've got questions about those dogs that are no longer on the AccuList reports, I want you to, but I do need to let you know, no dogs were harmed in the transitioning of the AccuList reports. Okay, just letting people know, because I'm a dog guy.
Yeah, I know you're a dog guy. You train dogs.
Okay. Hey, before we go, I want to give a quick little share here, and this is for just some news coming up. Another thing coming at all of our subscribers. We've been working on what we're calling easy login right now. You've seen the change. You've seen the advancement where we've allowed you to use your Google or Facebook login, right? You see that all over the web these days. Use that username and password. just to make it easier to get in. But if you want, you can still use your, the DRE number, just like we always have along the way. We're going to make it even easier for you folks. What we're trying to do is, keep you online, keep you engaged with the application, not trying to figure out what your username and password is. And at the very same time, we are always looking at more, newer and newer ways to keep that data secure. We saw a couple MLSs last year who fell into a little security trap with their software, and their MLS went down for a day and a half or so. This is I think a tribute to our engineers and developers who are putting this together for us to keep your data, to keep your MLS even more secure, because things change out there in the security world. We're staying on top of it, absolutely. So be prepared. Dave and I will be out. Carlos will be out. We'll be talking about this. We'll certainly have some videos available to you. And in fact, Dave, you and I are doing, along with the whole company, we're doing some testing over the next couple of days of that new system, so that when it goes out, it's bulletproof, as they say. And once again, no dogs were harmed in the changing to the new security system. Boy, that Michelle. All right, so let me stop sharing here. We'll have her back in a minute, kind of thing. Wow, I think let's go to Q&A. I'm looking at this number that says 62 questions in the Q&A section. So let's see what we've got here. I'm just Miranda's feeding these to me. Gonna need Michelle back up on the page. So Aculus daily stats are great. How long will you be producing those reports? Michelle, you still with us? There she is. She's muted, but she's there she is.
Hey,
so hey, they're loving your dailies. How long are they going to get them?
Indefinitely. I mean, as long as people find them helpful, as long as we are providing value. In fact, I am not sure, hasn't been approved yet, but I actually was looking into some new data in terms of actives that we can present. So it turns out we have some actives that we can look and we can show you. And I think the answer will be surprising how many actives on average during the week compared to last year. I think people are going to like it.
Okay. And I remember when we did the video shoot on Tuesday, there was some, I don't want to say doom and gloom, but there was some, some expectations that were met, that the market was going to soften. But you made a point of saying, hey, that was April, but the daily reports are showing an uptick, right?
Yeah. So the uptick would be in new listings, right? So, so we would have if you had a trajectory of new listings, at first it was falling. And now actually, if you look over the last couple of weeks, we've had a rising. Now it's not where it would be at this time. And we're always concerned about that because that is the pipeline for sales when we come back in June and talk data. So that's a little bit, it's not what we want to see, Mark, and we definitely are worried about that. But we're at least seeing it trend upwards, and that's very exciting and welcome news. That's something that we hope in June we're going to be saying, yay, look at this, or maybe the sales volume compared to last June is not as bad because it was at, gosh, I'm looking at my notes, 45 to 65%-ish of what it was last year, and some, so we want that to go up.
Right, go up. Michelle, they were also asking, how do they get a hold of you? Now I know they have to get past most of the security guards, and you're in the compound now where you're not available. But how can they reach out and get in touch with you?
Anybody who has reached out to me knows I'm super available. So I deny that. I dispute that I don't like dogs. Although my mom never let us have dogs. I'm super weird around dogs. But anyway, my mom. So the thing is that I can be reached. So Aculus has its own phone number. It's 408-642-6970, 408-642-6970. Or I'm M. Ronco, first name Michelle, last name Ronco, RONCO at MLSlistings.com. And I can take questions and help people out with their data and, whatever they need. Yeah, I'm findable. I'm here.
Yeah. She's accessible. In fact, Connie wants to know, let's stay with the Aculus questions. Connie wants to know if her clients can receive the weekly and monthly stats.
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't. So whether it's the dailies, whether it's the videos, whether it's the Aculus market reports, the monthly, reports, everything is yours. So once you have it, we just ask that you don't resell it. So, you can't turn it into a business, please.
Right.
But otherwise, you can chop it up. You can use it as you see fit. We do love to have attribution, and we prefer that the data stay the same. So you don't want to take my slides and put new data. That would be misleading.
Right.
But if you use the slides, if you use the reports, if you cut them up, social media, door knock, I mean, however you want to use them, the data is yours. So we're just putting it in a nice wrapper for you.
Okay. Stick around. I think we're going to have some more questions for you. Dave, Antoinette wants to know where she can find that training calendar.
Oh, yeah. Right on the Pro homepage. I'm not sharing my screen. Who's got it up there? But
I think I may be able to get you there.
Right on the top there, you're going to see a training link. And then click it once, and then you're going to see a training calendar at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
So it's 2 clicks from the home. And
right. Just so we can, because we got a lot of questions, I'll try and maintain this, but the upper right corner of every single page.
Right. Upper right corner training, upper right corner training calendar.
Okay.
It's easy.
Let's see. Patty is asking where to find a step-by-step guide to putting the virtual tours on the MLS.
Oh, actually, so we have a video on YouTube. Right there, it says scheduling a virtual open house. We've got virtual tour. So right there, go to YouTube, our channel, and the videos right there will show you step by step.
Okay.
Little 3-minute videos.
Okay, perfect. Hey, let's bring Jeff back up because I've got a question for him. And Dave, while Jeff's coming up, there is a tutorial for to add the live link to the virtual tours as well, right? So they're going to find virtual tour information and virtual open house information all in video training format.
Right. We've got both videos up there. Should be a playlist. If not, I'll check it when we leave here. We'll put that together. But yeah, it's right there, and you'll see. I think we have like 4 different videos.
Okay.
Just pertaining to virtual open house, virtual tour, entering and searching.
Perfect. Jeff, I see you're up with us now. That's good because where was that question? Hey, they want to know, they want you to commit to an actual date that you're going to get that new site up. No pressure.
No pressure.
But what do you think?
I don't have, this one is up to our fabulous engineering team. I don't have an exact date yet, but I should have one by, I think I was told Monday.
Okay.
So we're going to have an exact time on Monday.
Got it. And we're going to put up announcements and banners, and Dave and I and Carlos are going to talk about it in training. Absolutely. Because it's such a huge help, not only to, to the call center, to the organization, but definitely to the subscribers. We're letting everyone know about this one.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be great. I think we even, Dave, you and I mentioned that we were going to go a little further in depth in a video for that, right?
Yeah, that's a good time to plug. Yeah, we're planning on doing a series where we look more at the tech product. So it'll be me and you going diving kind of more in depth to it. So keep an eye out in a few coming weeks, and we'll have that up.
You bet.
Right.
I'm looking forward to that.
That should be fun.
And Jeff, they're asking also, what are your customer support hours during shelter in place?
Okay.
And what's the best way to get in touch with customer support right now?
So shelter in place hours haven't changed at all. They're still the same exact hours as they were when we were not in shelter in place. So it's Monday through Saturday or Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Got it. Okay.
So you can always call us at, 1-866-734-5787, or you can reach us by chat on the Contact Us page. And there's also a form that you can fill out if you just want to shoot us a quick email and let us know what your questions are.
Got it. Hey, Miranda Perry, our director in the background that no one sees, but boy, does she get things done for us. Miranda, can you reach out into the audience and pull up Robert Bustamante for us? I have a question for him that he would be our subject matter expert there. While you're getting in touch with him, that's the new support side, got the site by site. Dave, once again, URLs inside of the public remarks currently are allowed, correct?
Right. We're allowing it. We hope that you put an unbranded link since we're a cooperative platform. But yes, you can put those links virtual, whether it's a Zoom link or a virtual tour link. And it's probably a good idea right now to do that, even if you use the virtual open house that we built in to still put it into the public commons.
Okay. Okay. I see Robert has shown up, and obviously we've interrupted his afternoon. But we'll try and keep this as short as possible because I get he probably has like another Mai Tai on order right now. So Robert, Rose is asking, saying that in your show, the last show we did, we talked about coming soon, and there was a discussion of introducing coming soon listings inside the Matrix tool. Is that still being discussed?
Right. So right now our coming soon category sits off to the side outside of the main data stream.
Okay.
And because of that, we can control exactly where it goes or what happens or who the recipients are. When we put it into the actual data stream or the data feed, now you have more exposure. You have things that can go over into data share to other MLSs. You have the ability to go out to the downstream destinations, whether it's a broker's website and so forth. So we're being very careful into how we're going to administrate the coming soon properties because there's a certain element of privacy or less than full market activity.
Got it.
So it's happening right now, even as we speak. Whether or not coming soon is going to be fed into the Matrix mainstream data feed.
Okay.
But right now it sits off to the side in a very controlled environment.
Okay. And Robert, questions like that or requests like that, they have to, it's not just Robert gets to make the decision and all things happen. It has to go down through, a series of committees and boards and things like that, correct?
Right. So there's our MLS is, we think we're pretty responsive to the market needs. And so we accept and we really solicit all kinds of feedback. What is it you want to have happen?
Okay.
And when we serve a variety of markets, we serve a listing broker, we serve a cooperating broker, and we serve the valuation market like appraisers. So what we do is you try to get the feedback and strike the best balance we can to serve those markets. So when we talk about something like coming soon listings and their distribution on behalf of buyers,
right?
We get feedback from listing brokers, we get feedback from selling brokers, and then we make a determination through our process, which includes our MLS Rules Committee, of course, the Board of Directors, our MLS leadership, these types of channels to create, this entity, this thing we call the MLS. So we do solicit, we welcome feedback, and you can send all your coming soon feedback to compliance@MLSlistings.com, and we aggregate it, and we run reports on it, and we try to come up with the best solution.
Okay. And I do one more question for you. It's a huge question, but I need you to answer it in a real short period of time. Joan is asking, for advertising off the market, does MLS listings or does the MLS have a new regulation? So that's that whole clear cooperation thing that's out there right now. But if you could just give the basics, the summary of the rule.
Okay. So the summary of the rule is that if you advertise a listing, right, you're going to advertise or promote a listing, you need to also make it available to other brokers on the system.
Okay.
So that's the shortest version I can think of, is that if you have a listing, you're going to promote it or advertise it. You also need to make it available to brokers on the MLS.
Okay. But you still are allowed to have an exclusive listing. That's not been taken away.
Right. So if you are going to keep a property exclusive, you now keep it exclusive to your brokerage, and you wouldn't advertise it to the public or to other brokers.
Okay.
It'll stay within the brokerage.
Got it. Okay. And if they've got any questions on the clear cooperation arena topic, there's still the clear cooperations page available, I think, at the pro.mlslistings.com.
Yeah, and we're also looking forward to the our new support portal. I forgot Jeff's name for it already. What was it, Jeff? What do you call it?
Pro Support Community.
Pro Support Community. We're super looking forward to that, because that's going to be a vehicle or channel for you to get all your compliance information in and all your compliance information out, so that we'll have this handshake between us and our community with respect to things we want you to know, and then you can let us know what you want us to know. So we're really looking forward to the new change.
The new world.
We have a banner up already for clear communication. So.
Okay. And just so you know,
Robert,
no dogs were harmed in the development of the pro community page, support page.
Yes, I was very glad to hear that. That Michelle's she didn't kill it, but is no longer there. So
no longer.
I do not dislike dogs. Robert.
Yeah, the good recovery. Beep beep beep. Backing up out of that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When we decided to do show number 3 and to connect Dave and I together, we knew it was going to be fun. We knew it was going to be a little lighthearted. I want to thank Michelle and Dave for providing us with the foundations of all the giggles on that one.
Sure.
I'm sure we'll hear about it in the comments later. So I'm going to just send a big shout out, I think, to all my fellow staff members, employees at MLS Listings. We got the news on a Monday afternoon that we were not to show up to the office on Tuesday. We scattered to the winds. We went to, I think, 6 different counties to support our 5-county footprint. And we really never missed a beat. We never missed a beat. I think we've enjoyed actually getting to know each other's families, because when we have Zoom meetings together, many times family becomes part of our meetings as well. That's always a good time. But we've grown a lot. We've figured out how to use new tools. Our engineering and development teams, just cranked up the virtual side of stuff. Finance has been working very closely with members on a subscriber by subscriber basis to work things out wherever possible. Jeff, your call center, wow. Same volume. The calls didn't stop.
Didn't even really slow down too much.
No.
I mean, we're off a little bit, but
right.
We are taking a lot of calls.
Right. Robert's team out there with compliance and the whole clear cooperation world that they've had to deal with. What we call pro dev, professional development. My team, literally creating what we call the virtual studio, the digital studio, which Miranda's running for us. Product management. It's been a heck of a job to get it all done. But the goal was to make sure that you, the subscriber, were not interrupted in any way. The job was tough enough going into shelter in place. Our job was to, maintain the pace out there. Hey, give us a call if you want Michelle and I to come to you virtually. We can take a look at what's going on in your marketplace. We're going back out on tour again with that. Love to do the sales meetings and the networking meetings. You'll see us out there again pretty soon. Dave, any words of wisdom as we head on out here?
Stay frosty.
I like it. Jeff, what do you think? How can you guys, what do you need to know that we can help out there with?
Well, just keep those questions coming, and
okay.
we'll try to help you out with your listings as fast and efficiently as possible.
Got it. Robert?
Just that our market's healthy, and we're trying to keep all the properties visible, keep seller confidence, and we'll see you on the other side as we come through this.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm going to leave it with Michelle because I give her a bad time, but we enjoy working together. I'm sure glad you're part of this team, Michelle. What you guys have been given to the agents to keep them informed about what's going on in a crazy marketplace has been incredibly helpful. So words of wisdom.
Mark, really appreciate it. Not Dave. Thank you, Mark. Nice to see you, Jeff and Robert.
Nice
no, we're going to keep it up. I mean, it's going to be already we're 15 days into May, and it's already really interesting in terms of what's coming in. So we look forward to keeping up with the dailies, keeping up with the monthlies, and we'll be filming again in 2.5 weeks.
Good. Dave, you and I are going to get together. We're going to do another one of these shows together. You're turns out I think you're going to be the co-host of this crazy thing called MLS Live.
Would be honored.
Yeah, no, I look forward to it. We're going to talk product. We're going to talk industry information. We're taking this. We're going to Hollywood all the way. Right here from the comfort of my 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the Santa Cruz Mountains. So All right, folks. Hey, thanks for being with us. Show number 3 in the can. You're going to see it on YouTube, later on this afternoon. Subscribe to that YouTube channel so you don't have to keep going to look for it. YouTube will find you when it's ready to go. So thank you, everybody. Great being with you again.
Bye. Thanks.
Be safe, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Be safe.